Hello, friends. You might be stressing throughout the week, but guess what? Today, we're going to be talking about having fun. It's important. You have to do it in order for your energies to be boosted up, for you to be in a better mood, and for you to be able to continue the grind throughout the week. So let's have fun on today's episode. Sit back, relax, and enjoy today's episode of the Bump Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Bump Podcast. I'm your host, Shamir, here with my co-host and beloved brother, Nabil.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to a fun-filled episode. We're going to have a good time today, right? Right.
Yes, we are. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the ringle-dingle-dingle and follow us on all our social platforms. They're very fun. As Nabil said on the intro, we're going to be talking about having fun in our life and be able to enjoy everything that we do.
Yeah.
And, just have the best moments that we can while we're here on this planet. And hopefully we make it to heaven to have more fun than here.
Oh, that's the goal. Say less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'll see what we get
But
to.
while we're here and alive, we got to make sure that we have as much fun as we possibly can. What is fun, Nabil? Well, I'm glad you asked. And if you didn't ask, I asked for you. It's enjoyment, amusement, or a lighthearted pleasure, to say the least. I felt like for the season finale,
it is our season finale. Sorry, I forgot completely about that. Jesus, Lord. I haven't had my coffee this morning, ladies and gentlemen, so forgive me. But yes, welcome to the season finale.
I chose this topic because I have realized sometimes we get overwhelmed by all the things we have to constantly do on a week-to-week basis. And I was like, no. Like, we're always talking about these deep topics. We're always talking about some serious topics.
Yeah.
And it's all very important to us here on the Bump Podcast. But, I want something where we feel some sense of joy, some sense of happiness, some sense of accomplishment, perhaps.
Yeah.
All of that stuff. And I was like, well, we haven't talked about what it's like to have fun. And that's a pretty straightforward thing. But at the same time, there's layers to that too.
Yeah.
It's like an onion. An onion has layers. Ogres have layers.
Onions have layers?
Ogres have layers. You get it.
We both have layers.
We both have layers. I love Shrek. Shrek is great.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
There's a fifth one coming out. Trailer was released a little while ago.
Yeah, I got lost after... I think it was the second movie. I haven't seen anything after that. Because then the kids of the kids and everything were born. And
kids popped out like in the third movie.
Not the second movie. Oh, well, that was Donkey's kids.
Yeah. Donkey and Dragon. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. They're not paying us to talk about all that stuff, so we're not going to talk about it. But yeah, real quick, happiness. Having fun is crucial for mental and physical well-being, reducing stress, boosting mood, and enhancing creativity while also improving relationships and overall quality of life. See, this is super, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. But to me, I like to have fun in different ways, and I'm sure you do too. So I kind of want to give some examples of what we like to have, what we like to do while having fun. So you can start.
Yeah. I like a good laugh. I like anything that can make me laugh. Like the days we were in Puerto Rico with all the group of kids from that our childhood friends where we would have a party or something and we would all get together and
we would have a party for everything.
Yeah, literally.
I mean everything.
And then we had more days off of school than what we actually had school
over there. Yeah.
But when we all got together, it was just so funny and it's so good to be around that when we would laugh, we would grow 6-packs.
Yeah,
because of how hard we were laughing. It got to the point where you were just exhausted at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm. That's a great way to feel exhausted when you've laughed.
I always say that's one of the examples I give all the time when I'm talking about like something like laughter. I'm like, I need to laugh like that because that is the epitome and the peak of laughter and fun, man. Where you're with a good group of people that you share the same things and just kind of have things in common. The mindsets are very intertwined and you just have a good time, man. Another thing that I like to do, which recently I've been seeing this comedian that I forgot his name right now. I found him on TikTok where he's not paying us right now, so we shouldn't mention him. But anyways, he talks on the mic, but he talks with like a very low pitched voice, and it kind of like echoes the whole time, so it's kind of annoying, but it's so funny at the same time. And a lot of his shows are sold out. I think he's coming here to Orlando soon, and I would like to go to the show just to have a good time and have a good laugh, because it's just like, man, this guy is talented. And then there's another one, I think his last name is Vaca, and he's a Mexican. He's got great jokes, man. He's hilarious, and a lot of his jokes are like improv. Like, he'll interact with a lot of the crowd.
The crowd, yeah.
You know, some people interact with the crowd to a certain point. Like, this guy literally will ask you questions and build off that, which is pretty talented to me.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. For me, having fun, it could be a number of different things. It's always definitely laughter and community with friends and family members. So those are always some of the best times. For us here in Florida, we have a lot of fun things to do because it's a touristy state.
Yeah.
To say the least. We have, different indoor activities. We also have theme parks. We also have kind of like I guess other touristy areas, like different springs that you can go to.
Right.
I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Excuse me. And to me, it's always important to have fun in some way, shape, or form. I have fun going to the amusement parks. I have fun
For sure.
Going out with my wife. We always have a good laugh. And that's always great. Being with this guy is always it's always a trip one way or another. We're gonna end up laughing some way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah.
What else? Watching different movies and shows. I mean, repping the new Star Wars shirt that Shamir actually got me the other day. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
The Empire Strikes Back. Love it. Star Wars is my jam. It's my number one thing ever.
For sure.
More than likely. Playing video games, playing different types of games.
I was watching The Force Awakens yesterday for a little bit.
Solid movie. It's a really good movie.
It's pretty good.
That Disney made. I love the Force Awakens. What else? Yeah, like I said, playing video games, arcade games and stuff like that. I'm trying to think, kind of like spitballing here. Definitely watching comedy movies, definitely watching comedy skits from other people, all that good stuff. And the point of having fun, right? It allows you to reap benefits like reducing stress. And I think we have to try and find ways, maybe put it into our to-do list, let's say, on a weekly basis to find ways how we can have fun and not make it a distraction in order for you to kind of bury the stress you might be having because of work or family issues or whatever, but rather it's more of like a time for healing, a time for recuperation, gaining new strength, whatever it might be. And here on the podcast, we, again, we're trying to incorporate different types of exercises, if you will, in order for us to just kind of get more positive, I guess positive effects rather than lingering on the negative like the rest of the world does.
Right.
And I think like this is going to be one of them. Hopefully it's going to be helpful for you guys and even for us too. Having fun also improves your mood. Instead of constantly being salty in a bad mood, when you walk in the room, you're the type of person everybody wants to stay away from. No.
Yeah.
If you're constantly having more fun, people are going to want to be around you more. They're attracted. We're just by nature attracted more to people who kind of shines that light. Rather than the salty person. It's like, oh great, Stuart's coming over here and he's gonna just start talking all about this and that and
right.
Oh, like no, bro, no. People like to have fun, so be that person. Having fun also enhances creativity. It'll probably provoke you to be, you could probably come up with some fun lyrics just out of nowhere. Start spitballing some stuff that'll make people laugh in turn. Or be like, yo, that's really good. I love that stuff. Or whatever it might be, man. There's so many benefits to having fun. It'll boost your self-care too. You might start feeling motivated to become healthier, changing your diet, working out. There's ways you can have fun also working out too in different ways, especially if you're with the right crowd, who kind of motivate you to do more. And if you do like something funny or you were doing a motion incorrectly, you depending how your face looks or your body language is or whatever, it kind of makes you laugh too, because there's some ridiculous people at the gym when you go there sometimes. It allows you to have stronger relationships as well. Again, if you're that light every time you walk in the room, like people are gonna love on you, and they're, oh man, I'm so happy to see you, Shamir. Like you were what I needed, because today's been a stressful day. You know, things like that makes you feel good, makes them feel good, and it's a win for everybody. Improve physical health. We kind of pretty much talked about that. Productivity, how important it is for us to be productive. If we're not productive, then it's like, well, what are you doing with your time? And to me, it's super important for us to be very productive. And I'm trying to work on that too, because sometimes I definitely feel like I'm not as productive as I should be and I could be, especially if you wake up early, you know?
Yeah.
And most of the days, some days I don't wake up as early, but most of my days I wake up early and I try to be productive in whichever way I can be, whether it's, you know, spending time with my wife, dedicating time to study scripture and the word and the Lord, excuse me. Or doing something fun before I go to work, because a lot of times I work in the afternoons. Of course, by having fun, it allows you to get sleep, like Shamir mentioned. If you are laughing with your buddies or your family and friends and whatever, you know, it hurts so much that at some point you're just like, oh, well, I've cried, my abs hurt, it's been a great day. You're gonna knock out.
Yeah.
And that's what, and if you ate good too, you know what I mean? That's
exactly.
At those parties that we would always have, like we would eat good. We were around great people. I mean, it was just such a great time. We need more of that. I wish we had more of that.
A little reunion at some point.
And improved coping abilities. And I love that. That's also a healthy way for us to, again, be healthier, grow, learn. And it's all different things that we need to constantly make it more of a habit to do, more of a discipline, I suppose. What kind of, I guess I'll dive into this more because I feel like I've been talking too much.
No, you're good.
If you're trying to look for ways to have fun, what are your kind of ways to go about that? Like, to you, what is fun?
I think one of the most important things about fun in life, in order to find fun, is being yourself, being genuine to yourself first, and then being that to a world. You know, the glasses I showed you earlier in that picture, Dad and I had a laugh yesterday because we were talking about them. I'm like, you know, I look like a nerd, but I also look like a law-abiding citizen. I'm trying to change my look, ladies and gentlemen, in a way, because I just got prescription glasses.
He's blind.
You know, I'm going slightly blind, you know, and it's gotten to the point where I'm like, well, if I'm going to change my look, I'm going to change it for the better. But obviously,
look good while
some
you're at it,
people
right?
might say this guy's ridiculous, but I don't care, because anything that I like, I want to wear. So there was recently I went to the mall. And I went to a Sunglass Hut and a few other shade places and stuff to look for shades. And, you know, I like the little Ray-Bans, which it's kind of the same style, but they were smaller. So I look like the three mice from Shrek with the glasses on. They're all blind. And I was like, yeah, that doesn't look right. But these actually fit a little bit. They're a little bit bigger, and they're the same style. I'm like, yeah, they look a lot better on me. I'm like, and since I got such a big forehead, you know, small glasses will make it look even smaller. So the dimensions weren't on
Smaller or bigger?
No, forehead bigger, and the glasses will look smaller. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it looks weird. That's just the point. But my point is that I've learned to make every moment, you know, a happy moment, a funny one. If I'm in something that I just have noticed about myself is that I can make people laugh out of anything, and it could be the most stupidest comment. But I try not to make it where it's like, okay, that's really, really stupid. You know, it's more just like, it's a little stupid comment, but you could get a giggle out of it. And if I'm like at you know, like at the glass you know, store yesterday when I was doing my exam and whatever,
right?
You know, I was talking to the chick over there, and we were laughing the whole time because, you know, I was just like, you know, how do I actually look on with these, or how do I?
So she was making fun of you. Or laughing with you?
She was laughing with me. I was just like, do I look like a nerd? Do I look like a law-abiding citizen? She's like, yeah. It's just those things that you start to recognize in life, that anything could be made fun.
Yeah.
Anything could turn into something happy or good. It's the perspective you give it. It's the way you see life is how the outcomes are going to turn into.
But what are ways for you that you like, if you do this, you're going to have a good time doing it?
Oh man. Yeah. So to me, there's multiple activities that I like to do. For example, we could go as simple as going to the basketball court by the house and shooting some hoops. That to me is really fun.
Yeah, we went a couple days ago, last week, with our ladies and his kid. And that was a great old time.
Obviously, because we're here in Orlando, I love going to Disney anytime I can. I hadn't gone to Universal in a very, very long time. I'd care to say at least like 15, no more than that, like 18 to 20 years. And
dang, yes, since we were a little kid.
Yeah.
And we went during the holiday season.
Yeah, and Nabil brought me in recently, so that was fun. And then there's just I'm very happy. I think fun to me is just any basic thing. Again, past episodes I've said that, like, to me the most basic things make me happy, make me feel right. So it doesn't take much for me to feel fun. But for other people, obviously, fun might be different things. They could be extracurricular activities after school, or
it's true.
For the young people, it could be hanging out with their girlfriend or their loved one, or just their buddies. Might be fun going to the bar and having a drink and eating some wings and watching sports. So it could be different things for everyone, but. Some people might say church, going to church. I love rejoicing in the Lord.
I mean, it is fun. It just depends which church you're going to and what they're doing, and it's a whole lot of stuff. But they can make it fun. That's for sure.
Yeah, and especially modern churches have different activities that definitely
they make it more fun, and it's an attention grabber.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't understand. Like, okay, like for example, when it comes to religion, you should always understand that you got to kind of keep it with the trends, because I don't think God would permit the things that are on this world, if he didn't want them in a certain way, if that makes sense. It's all meant
to happen, right? I feel like right now that's just above.
I just feel like churches that don't keep up with the trends in a way to kind of keep it intriguing for the new generation, it's kind of like it's going to continue to just decline in churchgoers and everything else, because it's just like, this is not appealing. And granted, because I've seen a lot of the new generation flock to religion because they've made it appealing. So it's just like, okay, well, like for example, when we had Bianca Love, her type of music, that's kind of like a way to worship the Lord and to bring that new generation, because that's what they listen to. They're not going to listen to Beethoven or anybody from the 1960s or early 1700s in their car. They're going to listen to modern music. So if you can keep up with those things, it's it's fun for people. It's
that's why she's got a big following too. I mean, she's very engaging, and her approach to everything is good. Shout out to her. Been following her, and she's been doing great.
Yeah, and she keeps her platforms up to date. She works very hard, other than having her own job.
She's got her day job, and then she's got that going on.
And back to just in general, we should always find activities, things that make us feel better, that makes us feel right. Like Bill said, the mental aspect of it makes us be more productive. Again, when I'm happy, like let's say if I go to the theme park, like sometimes I come back home with the motivation of, I want to continue to keep living this type of lifestyle. So it's like, I need to go home and work hard and do the things I need to do in order to sustain this lifestyle.
A lot of times it motivates me when I'm at the theme parks or something like that. Mainly the theme parks. I'm going to stick with that. It motivates me to just do more of what I've always dreamed of doing, which is in the acting and production world, and to constantly be a part of it, being surrounded by it. It's more of a motivator than anything else. I'm not going to get too deep into it because I don't want to waste time on it. But something that was fun for me in terms of the acting and production stuff was I recently got to do a event at Universal Studios where I had to walk the old Nickelodeon building.
Oh wow.
Okay, it's Nickelodeon back in the 90s used to be here in Orlando, Florida, before they migrated to LA. And then eventually they turned that into the Blue Man Group, and now it's none of that. But it was really cool. It was really cool to see, and I'm just like visualizing like, wow, this was the Nickelodeon building. That, you know, they used to have, I think, a slime fountain out there. There's a section where the road is green, and they call that Green Mile because of the slime and all that other stuff. And it was just really cool to see like, wow, this is history here. Yeah. And all the cool stuff they used to do back in the day that we kind of enjoyed watching. Right. And it's unfortunate that it's not there anymore. You know, it's really unfortunate. You see the different sound stages, and knowing that they can do a whole bunch of production shoots.
I think cool. Another thing that to me is very fun to go back to is obviously old shows, old music, because a lot of the new stuff, at least for me, you know, we got a kind of an older mentality now that we're in our 30s. But a lot of the stuff that was made in those days had originality and
it had a more element of fun too.
Yeah. Versus nowadays it's like a lot of things are repetitive. You see a lot of musicians just repeating songs that are already made. Yeah. And doing it in their own kind of version. It's just like, can you not write a song? Can you not?
I mean, with movies it's the same thing too, where a lot of people complain like, why are they what's the word I'm looking for? Why are they rebooting a particular show or movie series?
I think it's gotten to the point where like they're so lazy and they're so money driven within Hollywood and stuff like that they're just like, let's just milk this all the way through as much as we can and do less work. Yeah. Instead of like, bro, let's put a project together that, you know, because a movie nowadays for me to be like, man, that was a homer, like that was a good movie and they put work into that. It's very hard. That's why like when sometimes you invite me to the movie theaters, I'm like, it's in the back of my head sometimes where I'm just like, man, I do not want to sit my ass down for 2 hours to watch a movie that's going to disappoint me, you know?
A lot of content in movie theaters lately, like I barely go to the movies like I used to, and I love being in the movie theater. I love the entire environment from the moment you're in the parking lot, you see all the different posters to, you know, passing by the ticket booth to going inside and you smell the popcorn and the ices and all that other stuff. And then you sit your butt down in the actual theater room, and I'm just like, oh, I love this. The massive speakers, the massive screen. It's
emergency.
We're gonna see Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith for its 20th anniversary. I swear, I kid you not, I want them 4DX tickets, man. I want those chairs to be moving when they're flying in the TIE fighters and
have a good time.
And then when they're doing the lightsaber duels, I don't know how that whole thing is gonna function. Yeah. When they're on Mustafar, they better be blowing smoke and heat. Yeah, we might come out sweaty, you know, because they will be on that volcano planet. But yeah, it's worth it. It's cool. I might lose a couple pounds in the process.
Yeah, we'll come out ashy.
We'll definitely come out. I was like, dang it, I better make sure I don't wear the best clothes because then I would be really upset, all ashy and crap. That would suck. Hopefully we don't come out burnt because, you know, Anakin gets burnt.
Yeah, hopefully not. Like our torso on one side and then our legs on the other or something like that.
That'd be wild.
Yeah. Or Palpatine comes and picks us up. You imagine?
Oh no. Yeah, no, that would be bad. Excellent, my apprentices.
You know,
like no, we ain't got time for that.
No.
But yeah, definitely miss all that stuff. Kind of transitioning real quick though. What kind of music do you find that really brings out the fun in you?
Man, honestly, the like 80s and 90s music is what
I know. Yeah, call us old souls for that, but I freaking love 80s and 90s music. I mean, even older music too.
I'll tell you just as this much. If you look at the view count that a lot of these songs already have,
and a lot.
And they're in here. Imagine in those times, bro, they'd have 15, 20 billion views if they were running from that time till now, or even more, maybe at 100 billion of streams. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're better quality and all around. You know, the talent of singing was a thing. Nowadays, singing is like
auto-tuned up the But
you know, the engineering sucks. The producing is terrible because everything's just technological. Back in the day when you had the like the Billie Jean or something, and the
everything
drum
had to
playing,
actually be played. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like everything was on point, and nowadays
But
it's
that's
just
why
like,
sometimes I enjoy live music.
yeah, that I like the instruments. I like to go to if I'm going to a concert or something, you know, like to listen to actual music, not freaking a DJ play instrumentals and there you go, just here sing over this.
Mm-hmm.
Like nowadays, if the musicians from back, I'm pretty sure they feel the ones that are still alive from the 80s and 90s. They're probably feeling like, bro, look at these people. How
they're not
easy
really.
they have it.
They're not working as hard as
Yeah.
they had to. I mean, even a talent like Phil Collins, for example. Phil freaking Collins can sing, can play the instruments, pretty much any instrument that you put in front of him. I mean, that man. You know, originally he wasn't supposed to like be a singer. Like he was a part of a band and he would be playing the instruments, but they needed a singer and they couldn't find one. So they were like, yo, listen, here's your opportunity. He's like, no, I don't want to. And he kept on saying, no. But eventually he did. And look at his career.
Wow.
You know, blown up.
You're talking about Phil Collins?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Phil Collins.
No, but I like him because he's got a good voice, good talent.
Oh, man. Yeah. Phenomenal. And then for our generation, like he did 2 Disney animated movies, Tarzan and Brother Bear.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what got us on with Phil Collins. And then everything else came afterwards, his old music and then his newer music during our times that we were growing up. Michael Jackson, like you said. I mean, there's a bunch of different genres. There's pop, EDM, rock, hip hop, jazz. Yeah. Jazz is nice and soothing. You know what I mean? So after a stressful day, if you listen to a little jazz, it's kind of nice.
Right.
Honestly. Yeah. Country isn't really my thing, but I know a lot of freaking people love country, and more power to you. It's just the twanginess for me just doesn't really. I don't know. It's not really my thing.
Yeah.
Maybe here and there. I can't say completely no. I'd be lying. I want to say completely no, but it's not true. What else? Latin music, Hispanic music, música latina. You've got your salsa, bachata, merengue. The list goes on and on and on, and we love all that stuff. That definitely gets us going in a good mood. Anytime I hear any of that stuff, salsa, merengue, bachata, and all that, it just makes me think of our childhood. And anytime our parents would listen to it, aunts and uncles, our entire family being around it, it's such a great time. Blues music, vaporwave. I'm not really into all that necessarily.
Yeah.
Rock. Have I mentioned rock? Rock music.
Yeah, rock music to me is
freaking awesome. Just brings this. And I'm not talking about like heavy metal where like it brings out the dark side in us, but I mean, we're gonna date ourselves with this, but I mean, you listen to your Linkin Parks, your Evanescence, your oh Lord, I'm blanking on them.
I mean,
30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah.
The list can go on and on.
Valentine. Let me see. 3 Days Grace. Disturbed.
That's what I was thinking of. Disturbed.
Yeah. Breaking Benjamin. Five Finger Death Punch.
I mean, I'm telling you.
If we go to the 60s, AC/DC, Nirvana.
60s or 70s? I think they were more 70s.
What the
Kiss? They were more 70s.
60s,
and then
60s.
Really?
Yeah, because trust me, the concert I watch all the time is like 1966. They're the ones that they toured before. They're the ones that brought up Nirvana, AC/DC. They all these
AC/DC.
bands. They toured with Kiss before they even became
Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
I mean, the list goes on and on. We could talk about rock all freaking day. Rock is phenomenal. Yeah. Especially shout out to any anime lovers. You know what I mean? Like rock with anime is just chef's kiss. It makes like different fight scenes and everything that much cooler.
Yeah, it's definitely fun, man.
But yeah, this was just a taste of what it is to have fun. We hope you guys have had fun today. There was two quick things. There's a quick little joke. I came across it. It's not that funny. It's just humor us and we'll humor you guys.
Alrighty.
And now that I'm about to read this, I didn't pick this joke because of you. Just fair warning.
Right.
But why did the robber jump in the shower?
I don't know.
because he wanted a clean getaway.
I like that one. Yeah, that's a good dad. That's a dad joke, right?
That's
there.
definitely a dad joke.
I
Yeah,
like that one though. Yeah.
And our good old friend Michael Jackson said this: "Always appreciate the gift of life. Be happy and have fun." Anything else you want to add?
No, just hey, have fun, guys. You know, thank you guys for another season, for tuning in, for the support.
Fun season.
Yeah, it's definitely been you know, everything. The numbers were a lot better this season than the past ones. Obviously, we're slowly gaining some type of traction.
Yeah.
A little bit more engaging, and we just ask that you guys continue to support us, continue to push our name out there. We're going to do our best to continue to, you know, come for another season and do our best for you guys and bring more people on and continue to strive to make this a platform that's beneficial for many.
Definitely.
And we love you guys, and it'll be until next season. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the ringle dingle dingle and follow us on all our social platforms. And you guys take care, and we'll see you next week.
Have a great week, guys.